Hello, happy Monday, everybody.
Happy
on a
Monday.
daylight saving time weekend.
Did it affect you? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think it affected me almost more last night, just being like, oh, it's already 10 o'clock. I remember being shocked at that at 10 last night.
Yeah, it's like it just felt so much ahead. Well, they actually say it takes 5 to 7 days to adjust to daylight saving, so an entire week.
Whoa.
To adjust to daylight
I thought it took 3 days, but yeah, it's probably more like 5, right?
They're saying 5. That's what the American Academy of Sleep Medicine says is 5 to 7 days. And they say here are some things. They're like, basically, if we got rid of daylight savings time, this is what would be better. Because right now, if you remember, on Monday, which is today, after daylight savings time this time of year, risk for heart attacks go up by 24%.
That's right.
And strokes go up 8%. And they say it's really based on that lack of sleep.
And getting out of your rhythm.
Yeah, getting out of the rhythm, because that's so important, as we talked about last week, not getting off of that schedule more than like 30 minutes. So anyway, so they say that would happen. There'd be a cost savings, because people are in the hospital due to those heart attacks. They say there's more workplace injuries.
Yeah, because people are tired.
Yeah, lower productivity is happening because people are tired.
See?
And
I feel less productive.
if we got rid of it, there'd be fewer auto accidents. I saw somebody totally blow through a red light this morning, way past any time that was even remotely close to the light changing.
Not yellow or orange,
Not
but
even
full
close.
On red.
Not even close. Like to the point where, like, if we had gone, someone would have gotten hit. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
The only good thing they say, well, not the only, but one of the good things is that this time of year, crime rates go down by 27%.
Whoa.
Because there's more sunlight on that day.
That's interesting.
Yeah, on that day.
Oh, just on that day, on the one day only special.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
Cameraman
National
Dave
Nap Day.
said, why isn't it National Napping Day today?
Should be.
Great point. You're smart, Dave.
Yeah, you got it, Dave.
So how to break a sweet tooth. We're going to ask a sound off related. Most people either are salty or sweet people, don't you think? You are? Yeah, I have a sweet tooth. How to break it, I thought was interesting. One of these tips I think you're going to think is super funny. But the one thing that they say is some of it's inherited. If you tend to have a sweet tooth, it can be inherited. But the other thing they say is that if you have a craving, it's your brain's desire for a reward. It's not necessarily hunger.
Dopamine.
Right. But if you're hungry and you have a craving, then you're in trouble, because most people have a hard time avoiding what they really want once they're hungry and craving it. But they're not the same thing. It's basically your body calling for energy. Your brain is calling for something that releases a lot of dopamine, which is the reward part. So anyway, they say one of the things that they say is eat a filling meal, something satiating. You know, that goes. But the other thing was take a hot shower. Okay? Here's the theory behind this.
Then you won't be hungry anymore.
Right?
I suppose, truthfully, though.
If you're craving a sweet, let's say at work or you're somewhere, you're not going to be able to like take the time to have a hot shower to avoid your craving.
No, but think about it in the summer, or if you're on a beach and you're super hot and you get a little sweaty, you're not hungry.
That's true. That's true. What they say is that the water has to be hot, not so hot that you burn yourself, but hot enough
break a sweat
that you're almost uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And they say let the water run over your back and shoulders, especially, so that it heats you up. Stay there at least 5 to 10 minutes, so that when you get out of the bath or shower, you actually feel a little dazed.
Yeah, so waste some water just so you don't eat.
And then the other things are what you'd expect, like go for a brisk walk, but eating fruit. So the one thing I do think is true is if you get off the really bad sugars, the processed stuff, you start eating fruit and you avoid that, then over time that does taste sweeter to you.
I wish there was like something like that though with salty, because there's no fruits for someone who likes salty.
Yeah, true.
You know, like the healthiest thing you can go for is nuts, and you can overdo that with like more than a handful. So it's like, I don't know about that. Okay, well, that's our sound off for today. So you can go to our Facebook page, sound off. What are you, sweet or salty? Which one you got? You know, everybody's talking about, obviously, coronavirus.
Yeah.
And in my building, they actually put in the elevator now a sign that says this is a handshake-free zone.
Interesting.
So it's temporary, obviously. They're saying, you know, clearly we pride ourselves on being cordial and all that, but there's no handshakes right now. And then it says, you know, please greet people with something else other than a handshake. And I thought that, we can do that. Like a hi, you know. My mom said, she's like, this is how you should greet everybody. You know?
Like the Mork and Mindy.
So, but I thought it was interesting, you know, when they were talking about that. There's one thing, though, that is kind of benefiting. There's a few things from people staying home a little bit more. And it's Netflix.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
Yeah. So they say not only Netflix, but Facebook, Amazon, Peloton. Those are all probably things that are potentially products that are thriving with people staying home.
Don't go to Amazon though and buy hand sanitizer because you're going to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars because everybody wants it.
Too much.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Netflix. Yeah, they're hitting it. Okay, how to say no. This is very quick. Dr. Phil. Yeah, say no to handshakes. This is Dr. Phil's advice, which I love. We talk about saying no and how do you do it. He said, say this first to yourself. I'm not required to do something simply because others expect it.
Yeah.
Say that to yourself and then look the other person in the eye and say, I can't do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because people usually don't say why.
Exactly. And don't give reasons. I can't do it.
Yeah. It's not going to work for me this time. Thanks for asking.
Say no on this Monday to the
Thank
handshake.
you for asking, though. But I can't shake your hand today.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.